Greetings everyone, I am Shakina the Neurodisruptor and I am back again with another video. Woo! This is going to be a short one. If you haven't already, please, I encourage you to click the bell icon down below so that you can stay up to date with my videos. I post regularly about politics, policy, and prophecy. I also like to talk about my experiences working in Ontario's outdated colonial institutions, particularly as I fight for policy and governance model reform. Now, I don't know if you heard, but recently, a group of activists knocked down the Egerton Ryerson statue that has been set erect on Ryerson University campus in downtown Toronto for quite some time now. So they've been talking about it for a while, asking them to take it down, but as useless as Ryerson University is, it did absolutely nothing about it and it didn't take it down. So some activists, much like I've done in the past, decided to take things into their own hands because Ryerson University doesn't have any sort of mechanism or structure in place to hold their administration accountable or to hold the university accountable to their words. So a group of activists came together to first of all vandalize and then knock down Egerton Ryerson's statue. I need you guys to understand something. Egerton Ryerson was instrumental in the creation and facilitation and maintenance of residential schools that basically where hundreds of thousands of Indigenous students, children were taken away from their homes and put into these residential schools, sometimes permanently, never to see their families again. And these students or children were raped, were molested, were exploited, were forced to perform coerced labor. All sorts of terrible things happened to these children, and it has had intergenerational effects on the Indigenous community. Now, I am Afro-Indigenous and Arab Indigenous. My mother's side of the family is Indigenous to Kenya from a small town called Lamu, and my father's side of the family is Yemenite Jew who are Indigenous to Yemen. So this situation, although I'm not Indigenous to Canada, I am an Indigenous woman and I have experienced colonial violence and the effects of intergenerational colonial violence. And I just want to say to all the activists that got together to do this, I feel you. I feel you. You have my solidarity. I'm here with you. You know what I mean? I'm cheering you guys on. I'm rooting you on. I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? I'm praying for you. We were called as Christ warriors to fight oppression, to fight injustice where we see it, to stand against Satan. And we know right now that Ryerson University is currently being run by a ton of Satan's agents who are racist, who are anti-Indigenous, right? Speaking of which, Dr. Daphne Taras, I've had my dealings with her, so of other racialized and Indigenous students here at Ryerson University as well as University of Saskatchewan. There's a lot of documented evidence of her being racist and her being anti-Indigenous, and the university has done nothing about it. And so for those of you who recently knocked down Egerton Ryerson's statue, I think it's important for you to know that there's a big ass human-sized poster of Daphne Taras in Ted Rogers School of Management. If you walk into the lobby, it's located on the elevator door. I have asked Ryerson University to tear it down because we don't need, you know what I mean, the face of racists and the face of people who are anti-Indigenous erect and up for everybody to see, as if we're proud, you know what I mean, of our history of violence, and as if we're proud that we have corrupt institutional policies and corrupt institutional procedures and recruitment policies that allow us to continue to recruit people who will continue the legacy of anti-indigeneity and anti-Black racism as well as ableism at our university. So it's quite shameful. So, you know, I thought that you might want to know that there are still other monuments of racists and people who are anti-Indigenous within the university that also need to be taken down. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it among your networks. And yeah, just stay up to date with my videos. Until then, be blessed.